up, guys? Dragon Master back here. Today I'll be doing a review on week 16 because week 15 has already started. So I'm gonna do the reviews on all the games of week 16. So we'll start from the bottom. Detroit at Dallas. To be honest, I think Dallas will win because, well, Dak Prescott has been doing really good this season, same as Des Bryant, and I just think they'll be able to come over top and beat Detroit. Denver versus Kansas City. I do believe Denver will win because, well, they've just been doing pretty good for the most part, I think. I'm actually not too sure on that one because that's a kind of a win-win game. Win-win, loss-loss. Okay, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh will come over top because, well, Roethlisberger, he's, of course, been doing good like usual. Antonio Brown, good as usual. Houston versus Cincinnati. I do think Houston will win because, well, the Bengals, they just not doing good at all. Arizona versus Seattle. That's a tough game. I think they'll both have to fight for the win, but I think at the end overall Seattle will win because they have an 8-4 record, I believe. 8-4-1, I believe. So then, geez, these ads. San Francisco versus Los Angeles. Rams versus 49ers. Which ones? That's a hard choice. To be honest, they both haven't been playing so good, but I think San Francisco will be able to come on top with the win. Even though they've been doing really bad this season, I think they can come up with the win. Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. I think New Orleans will win because Drew Brees and just Drew Brees and all of them, they just beat him out, I think. Indianapolis versus Oakland. The Raiders versus the Colts. I think the Colts will come out with the win because, well, Andrew Luck always has all the time to throw. So, New England versus NYJ, that's like the easiest game ever. That's like just complete out New England. I don't think there's any way the Jets will be able to win that game. Tennessee versus Jacksonville. Tennessee, I think, will win because, well, Jacksonville has been having a bad season like usual. San Diego versus Cleveland. I'm pretty sure we all know that game. The worst team and one of the worst teams versus each other. It's obvious San Diego will win because, well, the Browns, they don't have anything in them. So, yeah. The Bears versus Washington. I think the Redskins will come up on this one because the Bears, they're just not doing good. So, getting up to the last four, Falcons versus Panthers. I think the Panthers will be able to win this one because even though they're not doing such of a good, not that good of a season, they still went undefeated last year, and I think they can come over and win. Miami versus Buffalo. I think Miami will win because, well, Jarvis Landry is just amazing. He makes some of the best catches in the NFL. So I think Miami will be able to win against Buffalo. The Giants versus Philly. That's kind of a win-win game. You do have one of the legends on the Giants, Peyton Manning. Or not Peyton Manning, sorry, I get them mixed up. Eli Manning on the Giants. And on Philly, Carson Wentz. Yeah, that's just a win-win game to me. And Minnesota versus Green Bay. If you guys don't know, Green Bay is my favorite team, and to be honest, that's also just like New York and Philly. It could go either way, but of course, because Green Bay is my favorite team, I'm gonna say that I want Green Bay to win, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it, especially with Aaron Rodgers being injured and Lacey out for the rest of the season, possibly Starks being out. So it's not going to be the best game they had this season, but they might be able to come and do it. In a couple of days, I will be doing, or I might actually do it right now. I'll do a Week 17 review right now. So all my predictions, I think Dallas will win. I think Denver will win. Pittsburgh will win. Houston will win. Seattle will win. San Francisco, I think, will win. New Orleans, I think, will win. Indianapolis, I think, will win. New England, I think, will win. Tennessee, I think, will win. San Diego, I think, will win. Washington, I think, will win. Carolina, I think, will win. Miami, I think, will win. And then the last two are just a win-win game. So, Week 17. Last game of the regular season. So, this is the game changer. This is the one that if Green Bay is going to want to go to the playoffs, they got to win Week 15, 16, and 17. But just like last time, I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. Seattle versus San Francisco. I do think Seattle will win because they're just doing all out good this season. Jeez, ads. Kansas City versus San Diego. I do think San Diego will win because even though Phillip Rivers is not so good of a quarterback, he's okay. And I think he'll be able to lead his team to a victory. Cardinals versus Rams. I think the Cardinals will be winning just because they're an overall better team, in my opinion. Some people might have a different opinion. Oakland versus Denver. I think Denver will win that one. Because they're just, same thing with Arizona and LA. They're just an all-out better team. Let's see. NYG versus Washington. Giants versus Washington. Ooh, that's a win-win game. I do think Washington will come up with the win because they've been doing better this season. Houston versus Tennessee. I think Houston will win that one because, no, I take that back. I think Tennessee will win that one because they've got Marcus Mariota and all of them doing pretty good this season. Carolina versus Tampa Bay. I think Carolina will win that one just because it has differences and reasons. Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh will win that one, and everyone knows why because, well, Cleveland probably isn't going to win a game this season. Philly versus Dallas. I think Dallas will win because they're just an overall better team, in my opinion. Buffalo versus the Jets. I think Buffalo will win because just with Dallas and Philly and Pittsburgh and Cleveland, Buffalo's a better overall team than the Jets. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. I believe the Minnesota Vikings will win because I think Teddy Bridgewater will be able to lead his team into a victory against the not-so-good Bears. New England versus Miami. Miami will most likely, or not Miami, New England, I think will win because just like a lot of the other ones this week, on Week 17, they're just an overall better team. Jacksonville versus Indianapolis. Indianapolis probably because, well, like I said in week 16, Andrew Luck just has all day to throw. Baltimore versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati, not Cincinnati. I think Baltimore will be able to come up and win that one because the Bengals aren't doing good this season. New Orleans versus the Atlanta Falcons. It's a weird game. I think New Orleans will win because they're just, in my opinion, an overall better team. So, Green Bay versus Detroit. I want to say that the Packers will win, but just like against the Vikings on week 16, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I mean, I sure hope they can. So, I'm going to just go for right now. I think Green Bay will win. So, yeah, those are my week 16 and week 17 reviews of who I think will win. And I hope you guys have fun over your winter break if you're on winter break already. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.